Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're looking at something really interesting happening at Al-Khidmat Hospital in Karachi. They're trying to improve patient care by borrowing a tool from a place you would probably never, ever expect.
I know. Sounds a little out there, right? Taking ideas from a car factory and trying to make them work in a hospital? But that's exactly the bet Al-Khidmat is making. They're convinced that the secrets to efficiency that build cars can be applied to the organized chaos of healthcare.
So what is this magic tool? It's called Value Stream Mapping, or VSM for short. And look, this isn't just another piece of corporate jargon. This is a method that's all about giving them a completely new and maybe even a brutally honest look at how they actually do things.
Now, VSM actually comes from the world of lean manufacturing. But in a hospital, its job is to draw a map, a really detailed map of a patient's entire journey. I'm talking every single step from the second they walk in the door to the moment they're discharged.
And the whole point of this map isn't just to have a pretty flowchart. Nope. At every single point on that map, they have to ask a really tough question. Does this step actually help the patient? Or is it just waste? Is it just something getting in the way?
This is where it gets really interesting, because when VSM talks about waste in a hospital, it's not just talking about, throwing out old supplies. It's broken down into 7 specific categories, and I bet some of these are going to sound very familiar.
I mean, just look at this list. This is where the theory gets real, fast. We've all been there, right? Waiting forever for an appointment? That's a waste. Imagine being a nurse who walks miles every single shift just looking for equipment. Or a doctor typing the same patient info into 3 different systems. Every single one of these things is a form of waste that doesn't just slow down care, it completely drains morale.
Okay, so the problem is clear, but how on earth is Al-Khidmat planning to fix it? Well, their entire strategy revolves around one kind of surprising number.
That's it. 30 minutes. The heart of their whole training program is a series of short, 30-minute micro-learning sessions. The idea is to teach these big, complex concepts in small, digestible chunks so they don't completely overwhelm the already swamped hospital staff.
And check out the structure here. We're talking 3 weeks, twice a week. But here's the key part. Look who's involved. Everyone. From the top surgeons all the way to the folks at the front desk. That's so important, right? Because you can't fix a system if only half the people are on board. And these short 30-minute bursts are what makes it even possible to pull off without shutting the hospital down.
And let's be clear, this isn't about sitting in a room getting lectured at. The whole thing is designed to be hands-on. They're calling it learning by doing. The staff are literally going to be drawing their own process maps, debating how things work. The goal is to make sure these ideas don't just stay in a training session, but actually make it into their everyday work. Of course, it all looks great on paper, doesn't it? But as anyone who's ever tried to change anything knows, every perfect plan eventually has to collide with reality. And in a hospital, that reality is just incredibly demanding.
Which brings us to the real heart of the matter. This is the big question, right? What happens when this super neat, organized plan smacks right into the messy, unpredictable reality of a hospital?
You can see the tension right here. On one side, you've got this really smart plan. It's practical. It includes everyone. It makes total sense. But on the other side are the real-world doubts. Is a doctor in the middle of a chaotic shift really going to have the mental space for this? And maybe the biggest question of all, how do you fight against that super powerful force of, well, this is just how we've always done it?
Because at the end of the day, success isn't about how many people showed up to the training. It's not about filling out feedback forms. The only thing that truly matters is adoption. Are people actually using this stuff? Is it making a real, tangible change in how they work?
And that's really the million-dollar question, isn't it? Can a series of short training sessions actually spark a lasting culture of improvement? Or will the crushing daily pressures of hospital life just prove to be too much? It's a bold, fascinating challenge that Al-Khidmat Hospital is taking on.